And welcome back to Get Fit in 30. I'm your host, Mike Rivera. Shout goes out to APL, the best shoe and athlete leisure on the market. So guys, today we have two Fresno natives by way of Clovis West and of course Sac State, which I have no clue why they went there, but they did. They said, I don't want to go to Fresno State. It's okay, Bulldogs. So from there, one played football, the other track and field. They are both brothers by the name of Paige with the last one. Yes, that's Stepone Paige, the all-time great for the Kansas City Chiefs. The first one we have on is Stepone Paige. Stepone Paige, welcome to the show, brother. How we doing, baby?
How you doing, baby? What's up?
Yeah, so like I said, Sac State, huh?
Yes, sir. Sac State.
Why is that?
Stingers up.
Why is that? Why did you guys decide Sac State after all those other schools?
So the head coach was actually my dad's teammate, Steve Mushagan. So shout out to Coach Mushagan for giving me the opportunity, man.
Okay.
Blessing to play for him.
I love that. So going back into that, we talked about you and Steph. Steph's going to come on a little bit later. Why did you decide to go for football rather than track and field?
So I actually didn't run track. So track was my brother's main sport. Football was my main sport. I played basketball too, but football was the wave. You know, I was great in that sport. I could catch the ball, run fast, jump high. So
how was it like being the son of Stepone Paige and then playing? I believe you played receiver, correct?
Yes, sir.
So just like your pops, how was it like watching that growing up and then being able to do that in your adulthood?
It was an absolute blessing. I mean, growing up in Missouri for the first half of my life and going to Arrowhead and watching him ball and catch all these touchdowns and just seeing his work ethic and also just off the field, seeing how he took care of his body, how he, took care of his family, that showed me that, hey, I have something I can achieve too. And that gave me a tangible dream that I could look forward to and follow. So blessed to be in that position.
Love that. And you played in the AFL after that, right?
Played in the AFL.
That's the Arena Football League, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do they still have the arena around?
They still have it, yeah.
Still have it
today, yeah.
And you enjoyed that experience?
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's not something you want to do long term. It's kind of a stepping stone to try to get, to the league or back to the league, but it's something that's really fun if you want to keep playing and keep pursuing your career.
While you were there, say at SAC and in the AFL, what was your favorite thing to do in the gym?
My favorite thing to do in the gym, honestly, is plyometrics. I'm a guy that likes to move. I like to go side to side. I like to go up and down.
I like that because, guys, I love to do some plyos.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do for his first workout today, guys. He's going to do a plyometric workout.
Yes,
that's going to be nice and easy, something that you guys can attain to do at home, at the gym, at the park, or with your significant other. So you're going to place 30 to 45 seconds on the clock, 3 to 4 rounds, or 3 to 4 rounds, 10 to 15 reps. Now, all he's going to do is something nice and easy. Remember, he has no clue what he is going to do before he gets in here, guys. But I love burpees. So I like to do burpees. So first thing he's going to do, I'll show you first so you don't hurt yourself, old man.
Sir.
It's all right, guys. So we're going to go side, jump forward, jump back, and add a burpee to it. All right, let's see if he can do it. I have old legs, but he has young ones. Let's get it going, sir. Side, jump forward, jump back, and give me a burpee. And continue that for 30 seconds. There we go. All right, sir. Okay, guys, and again, he is an AFL athlete, Sac State athlete. I don't know why we're in Fresno, but that's okay. But keep it. No, we're not done. 30, 45 seconds. Let's go, young man. Let's go. And we haven't got to that part, guys. He is a personal trainer here in town. Get it going, sir. Last one coming up. That a boy. Get there. And relax. Breathe. How was that? You okay? How was your heart rate? You all right?
I feel good. I feel good.
All right. Not bad.
Baby. I feel good.
Why plyometrics?
Plyometrics,
why do you like
especially
those
for
best?
Athletes, it mimics the movements we do on the field.
Correct.
It's the transfer of weight. It's the force creation. That's what we love.
I love that.
Yes, sir.
And you've been in personal training for how long?
I've been a personal trainer since I stopped playing, 10 years.
Okay.
10 years, yes, sir.
Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you, sir.
I get that. It's a tough field to get into because at the end of the day, nobody's going to give you anything.
Not at all.
You got to go out there and you got to work for it. You got to get up early in the morning.
Set your schedule and be consistent. That's it.
24/7.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to talk to him later on in the podcast. And next up, guys, we have Mr. Stepone Paige. See you in a minute. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Have you ever wanted to be featured here on Get Fit in 30 like Pack for Performance or APL? Well, here's your chance. DM me at Strive for Greatness 23 on Instagram or email me strive number 4 greatness 444 at gmail.com and you and or your brand can be featured here on Get Fit 30. See you soon. And we're back, guys. So now, like I said, we have Mr. Stepone Paige Jr., I believe. Stepone Paige Jr. because his father is the senior and the number 1 out here. So, again, Mr. Stepone Paige, welcome to the show, sir. Yeah. How does it feel being a junior, brother, to one of the all-time greats? Okay. All right, mister. How does it feel being a junior to the one of the all-time greats of Kansas City Chiefs?
Oof, I tell you what, man, I've been wearing it for a very long time.
Yeah?
I think I wear it pretty well.
Yeah?
I've gotten familiar with it. I've gotten comfortable with it. But I've also felt like I've built my own.
Okay.
I built my own stuff on. I am the second, but I've built on what's been established. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think having a father that played at such an elite level and has that name and that weight carried, do you think that cast a shadow over you coming up?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, in casting a shadow, because obviously, you know, when you're younger, the world, the community has expectations,
Correct.
right? And I think that's just natural, being the son of somebody who has made a name for themselves in sports. On the no side of it is I've had an opportunity to actually step out of that shadow.
Excellent.
As I've gotten older, you know, I've created a name and a life for myself, but done it in a way to still honor the original stuff.
I like that answer. All right, that was great detail, sir. Great detail. So like I asked your brother. Oh, mind you guys, he went to Sac State also. He ran track.
Stingers up, baby.
He ran track like his brother played football. So, how did you like your track experience at Sac State?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Shout out to the Hornets.
Okay.
I was a hurdler.
All right.
400 meter hurdles, 110 high hurdles. Also a member of Sacramento State's first Big Sky NCAA championships.
Okay. Well, shout goes out to Sac State. I love that. So, favorite thing to do in the gym?
Ooh, core, and I've really gotten into glutes lately.
Core and glutes.
Core and glutes.
Well, I don't have my bands just yet to do some hip thrust. We probably don't want to do that on the ground just yet. But what we'll do a little bit of core. I do like working some disc work for you. So, I have the disc to the side. You're going to place your hands centered. Now, I like doing these with multiple clients, and we'll see what you can do with them today. Feet are going to be on the ground. You're going to be in a high plank position. Guys, we're doing 30 to 45 seconds of this. 3 to 4 rounds or 30 to 45 seconds, 10 to 15 reps. Now, we're here. We're coming down. All we're going to do is come round it, up, down, round it, up. Now, the whole goal is not to let your hand slip. Okay, if I'm going here, you want to go slow and controlled. Make sure that foundation is set. Okay? Are you going to be okay?
Okay, Superman. Okay, Superman.
Slow and steady and controlled. Take your time. Now, if your hand feels like it's slipping, Steph, I want you to remove that one, place the hand on the ground so you have something solid. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right, sir. 30 to 45 seconds is on the clock. First, we're going to show them from a front view, and then we'll show them from a side view. Taking your time, going down that push-up position. Slow. Come out. So relax. We're going to do it one more time. So if I'm down here, I'm going to go side, pop, pop,
Ooh,
up.
okay.
So
All
go ahead. You got it, sir. Extend, side. So we're going to try it one more time. Go down, extend out. Bring it to the side. Bring it back up. Bring it back in. And correct.
Man.
Just
Okay.
That was one. Let's try one more. Boom. Side. In and up. Perfect. Now show them from a side view. We're going to turn it around. There we go, sir. Now, try the same motion. Coming down. Extend out. Side. Forward. And pull it in. Excellent. Opposite way. Boom. You almost had that one. We're going to try that one more time.
Let's do that one more time.
Extend out. Side. Back up and pull it in. Excellent. Now, guys, again, these guys, relax. These guys have no clue what we're doing. I just bring it on, boom, boom, boom. You know, we keep it organic. How'd that feel?
Feel great.
Again,
Feel great.
It's
not easy.
No, not easy at all. You can find these discs anywhere from Amazon to Big Five and all that good stuff if it still exists out there. Discs are always good for your core, your stabilization, your hamstring, your glutes, and working that quick twitch muscle. Now, back to you, Steph. What are you doing nowadays?
So I'm in privacy and data protection. 8 years veteran in the field, love it. Technology is my passion, it's my dream. Being able to connect companies, allowing them to innovate, create, but still do it in compliance with federal, state, and local regulations. That's what I excel at, and that's what I really enjoy.
So in layman's terms, I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm just saying. So in layman's terms, what does that actually mean? Like, what is data control?
Absolutely. Think about data control is you're doing it in a way where you're minimizing the amount of data that's collected.
Okay.
We're clear. How long are you storing my data?
Okay.
Very clear on who are you sharing my data to. Very clear on what's happening. Is there additional processing that's happening to your data? And also, well, what can you do as a consumer? What control do you have over your data? I help companies actually do that.
Is the data like the cloud? Because what is the cloud, Steph?
It's a good one. It's a good one. There's definitely a lot of data that's stored in the cloud.
But what is
a lot
the
of
cloud?
today's infrastructure is moving to the cloud. So think about what used to be physical. Your file cabinets, your vaults are now moving into what, in the virtual sense, is the cloud.
Okay.
The good thing is, no longer is your space limited to a cabinet. You've got about 1 trillion cabinets.
All right. That's a good way. It's a good way to explain it. I'm still confused, but we're going to talk about it more here in the podcast with Steph and Stepone Paige. See you soon, baby. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Have you ever wanted to be featured here on Get Fit in 30 Life, Pack for Performance, or APL? Well, here's your chance. DM me at Strive for Greatness 23 on Instagram, or email me strive 4 greatness 444 at gmail.com, and you and or your brand can be featured here on Get Fit in 30. See you soon. And now we're back, guys. So we made it to the podcast room. The guys had a little bit of a workout, and now we're here to talk about Pops. So, Mr. Stepone Paige plays for the Kansas City Chiefs in the 80s and 90s?
Yes, sir.
Correct? And he is, I believe, one of the all-time receiving record there, right?
309.
300. It was 309.
309.
It was 309 yards in a game, correct?
game.
So he has the most receiving yards in a game.
Yep.
Now, how do you think the physicality of football back in his day is compared to now?
It's night and day. It's
Yeah.
night and day. I mean, the rules are so much different now. There's so much more money involved, so you got to really protect your assets, which are the players. So,
Okay.
you know, the quarterbacks especially. So everything is geared to keep players from not getting those vicious hits, and playing surfaces are better too, I would say.
Do you think, though, back in his day, it was a little bit more of a, not tougher sport, but it wasn't as soft as maybe today's is? Do you think the game is a little bit softer, I guess you would say?
I would say they're almost forced to be. Like, players are forced to play, timid,
Okay.
because you might get that, that targeting. You might get that unnecessary roughness. So
Right.
they're not really, you're not going to get those Ray Lewis types, that guys are just coming across the field and trying to take your head off because they know you might get that fine, that check, in the next week. So it's all changed. It's definitely relative, but it's changed a lot for sure.
That's true. Like,
Yeah.
So, Steph, you chose, like we talked about earlier, you chose track and field. Now, is that because was the physicality of football too much, or did you just feel that this is going to be something I can excel in a little bit more than football was?
I think for me, it was really the personal experience and journey. When I got to the opportunity to even have the choice to play both sports, I did it in high school. And when that opportunity presented itself in college, it was a no-brainer. Making that full switch over really, I think, allowed me just to excel and focus on some events where I feel like when you're a two-sport athlete, it's kind of hard to do. And so I saw, leaps and bounds when it came to performance, recovery, training in the off season, and what that looks like when you're competing, especially when track and field has 2 seasons. You have indoor season,
Right.
and you have outdoor season.
Now, you ran the 110 hurdles and 300?
Correct.
And which one did you feel that you excelled in, or did you excel in both?
I excelled at both. My favorite was the 400-meter intermediate hurdles. And I still, to this day, say the 400-meter hurdles is the hardest race in track and field, behind the 800-meter race.
Yeah, because 800 is no joke.
100%.
But okay,
No joke.
now, for instance, being 2028, we are going to have the Olympics here in LA. Would you say track and field athletes are getting faster and more agile and all that good stuff in today's world than it was 20 years ago?
100%. You look at high schoolers, you look at the mile, the 4-minute mile. You're seeing high schoolers now that are breaking a barrier that took how many years before that barrier was actually broken? I mean, you've got adults that are breaking the marathon record. Runners are getting faster. And I think the other side of that is technology, because now it's giving us a camera into seeing how these athletes are actually training, outside of the race, and how they're able to, when it comes for a race day, able to set these records and break these records.
Okay, so are they going to be breaking Usain Bolt's?
That's a tough one, but I'm going to say yeah. I'm
Yeah?
going to say yeah. With today's society and how athletes are, truly progressing when it comes to speed, I do think that records are
So you
being
think
fall.
2028, his records are going to be broken?
I believe so.
Michael Phelps.
That's a tough
I'm
one.
just saying, because these are the greatest to ever do it,
That's a tough
right?
one.
But, back in our day, the Jonah Kirschys and those girls that were killing the game have had their records broken. Now you have all these new athletes and coming in to try to take down the Michael Phelps and Usain Bolts. So you think their records are going to be broken just because of the training that is put behind these athletes in today's world?
Absolutely.
All right.
Training, recovery, like you name it. Today's athletes, it's not new for them, right? Like,
correct.
Because they've grown up in not only the digital age, but they've grown up in the age of medical technology, they're able to really take advantage of everything that's out there, where I feel like athletes of beforehand were kind of just using, what was maybe passed down to them.
Correct.
Because of the internet, I think it's gotten so much bigger, and that has allowed not just the U.S., but I think on a global scale to raise the athletic performance of everybody.
Now, in your job, you do the data what? What was it called? My bad.
Data protection.
Data protection. It's a smart cat, right? Now, do they do data when it comes to the athletics and everything of that and that nature, as far as finding out what guys can and cannot do? Would the data protection, would that be installed or instilled in these kind of things?
Absolutely. So think about some of the apps that are out there that athletes are using to track all their metrics, right? So whether it's anything from their diet to their actually recovery to their performance to, the Apple Watch, it's got its own, systems that are integrated to allow you to have real data and real-time insights into, again, what athletes before didn't have a chance. Now that you have that data from a privacy and data protection perspective, I'm thinking, okay, how is this going to be used, right? Nike's got my data. When they have this running in performance metrics, is it just central to me, but are they sharing this to other third parties, right?
Excellent.
Do I have control of this data?
Right.
If I want to say, hey, on my recovery day, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, potentially that could help somebody else, right?
Correct.
Also be able to beat me on the flip side of it. So I think there's always a data security, data protection, privacy aspect to everything we're doing, especially when you're talking about anything that's in a digital world.
I love that because I didn't get anything he just said, but I love what he was talking about. It was so detailed. Like I said, we had a smart man, very passionate. It just went, but that's okay. That's okay. That's my guy right here, Mr. Stepone Paige Jr. So we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about his pops and a little more about what Elon does here in the next chapter. See you soon. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Have you ever wanted to be featured here on Get Fit in 30, like Pack for Performance or APL? Well, here's your chance. DM me at Strive for Greatness 23 on Instagram, or email me strive number 4 greatness 444 at gmail.com, and you and or your brand can be featured here on Get Fit in 30. See you soon. Now, Mr. Elon Paige. So we're talking personal training, guys. He's been in personal training for 10 years. He does kids, I assume. That is your niche and or forte, correct? Why have you chosen kids as far as wanting to train? Do you have I guess you would say, passion for athletics when you train kids, or are we training just lifestyle? What type of training do you do?
So my company is it's centered in mentorship. So training is like a piece of it. It's a percentage of it. So we're about life counseling, faith-based. Everything we do is about nurturing the kids and allowing them to grow up to be exceptional human beings. And there's so many things that teenagers, especially, and young kids deal with in the society. And my job is to be that mentor and that counselor and that big brother to give them solutions to all those problems that are going to eventually come up. So being a former athlete myself, I have a lot of experience, I have a lot of wisdom and a lot of background, but also just being a good human being who was raised by 2 really good parents and having really good mentors around me, I have a lot of things that I can pass down. So my company is geared to create more people just like me, and not just be just the person that's leading, but also to create more leaders. So I love what I do, and I got kids that are growing up that were with me when they were young that are playing on Saturdays, playing on Sundays in the league, and that's something that that I can never imagine 10 years ago when I was playing. But it just shows what happens when you really root yourself in the faith and allow that consistency to take toll. So
excellent.
Yes, sir.
So with yours, we're dealing with mental. We're dealing with the passion of Christ, correct?
Yes.
Because religious based.
Yes.
We're dealing with as far as spiritual. We're dealing with passion in their sport or athletics.
Yes.
Now, also, I assume that we're teaching them the benefits of working out, the
Yes.
benefits of nutrition,
Yes.
benefits of healthy mind, healthy body, healthy soul, right? All in one. Again, the business is called
Purpose Field.
Purpose Field.
Purpose
Okay.
Field.
And if they wanted to reach you, where could they reach you at?
www.purposefield.com.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. I love that. Now, why? What made you choose Purpose Field?
So it's a play on words. So it's the field part is spelled F-I-E-L-D. So it simulates the playing field, like the playing field of life. But we're also filled with purpose. So
Okay.
all my mentees are filled with a purpose beyond sports. Not just to be athletes, but like I said, to be exceptional human beings. And we do a lot of like community service. That's
Right.
something that's required for all of our mentees. And we just want to normalize, just being positive assets in the world. And as
Yeah.
athletes, we have such a big platform, and
Correct.
we can do so many great things. And I just try to really encourage everybody to take that step and don't be afraid to go out and serve somebody else. Use the blessings that you have to be a blessing to somebody else.
I love that. Now,
Yes, sir.
quick question. You're in the gym. Dun, 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 dun. What are we listening to?
Man, I'm heavy on R&B. I'm different. Like when I
Okay.
train, I'm an R&B guy. Like I like
All right.
I'm on the weekend. I'm on
you got-
Boys
so
to
you got a
Men.
little-
I'm on throwback guy. Like
it's a slow jam.
He knows.
You
Like,
got- you got some
I'm a
Genuine
heavy-
Pony over there?
I'm a heavy R&B guy.
Rhyming nice under load.
Yeah, you already know. Throw on some gospel here and there, like
Okay.
yeah, a little
Marcus
Kirk
like
Franklin.
that.
Yeah. So that's my wave. I'm different. Yeah.
All right, and what about you?
K Tronada.
K Tronada?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
What's K Tronada?
oh,
Like EDM. So he like
Yes, sir.
EDM.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know that.
Let's get the BPMs
I love it.
up. Let's
Okay.
get the heart rate up, but it
I can
aligns
dig
with
that
the type
too.
of work that I'm doing. In the
Yeah.
gym. So,
No, I like that. Okay, that's
What you listen to?
way too different. Well, I listen to a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I can't listen to R&B because, bro,
Yeah,
it's just not my vibe.
I know,
But it is my vibe, but it's just not my vibe.
Yeah.
Not when I'm working out. So usually when I'm working out, I'm listening to like old school '90s hip hop.
Yes.
A little bit of Biggie.
Yes.
Eazy-E.
There you go.
Big Daddy Kane. Brother Lynch. E40.
I love that. You in there
Yeah.
slapping.
Tell me when to go. Yeah. So stuff like that. But yeah, I was just curious. Now, with that, your father, I know, plays a huge role with your upbringing. How was it, going to games when you guys were little, having everybody speak so highly of him in Kansas City? And how is it now that he's retired? How has that transition been for you guys growing up in that?
Go ahead, E Paige. I'll follow.
My father was my hero, my role model. Growing up and just seeing him, on those Sundays, in that stadium, loud, red everywhere, and watching him catch these deep passes and score touchdowns, and people are cheering for him. Like, wow, it's like a superhero out there, like a Marvel, type atmosphere. And
Right.
But just going home and just being dad, just being that loving, supporting, guiding father, served God, treated his wife well, raised his kids the right way. And that was the biggest thing over any sport and any touchdown you could ever catch. So, my job was just to reflect that, as an adult now. And I'm just really blessed to just be in that position to be his son. And like Steph talked about earlier, it's about creating your own name, not just living off of Pops, but, becoming Elon, becoming Stepone too, and creating your own legacy and having
Love
your
that.
your
Love that.
chance to go out in society and make a name for yourself. So it's really cool. Like sometimes we'll be out in public and they'll come up and ask for autographs. Oh, you're Stepone Paige, and it's cool to see that smile on his face. But the biggest thing is he's known as a good person.
Right.
That's
Which
above
is huge,
everything.
especially in athletics, because
Yes.
a lot of cats aren't.
Yeah.
So we'll just say that.
Yeah.
And what about you, Steph?
I mean, I say, similar to what Elon said, but being of age and actually having very clear memory of being at Arrowhead, seeing the commercials, but also seeing the flip side of that, right? Like when he's here and back in Fresno and he's walking around the community, even, 10, 15, 20 years later, folks are still saying, hey, thank you for representing the city.
Right.
But also, you had an impact on me. You had an impact on my son. You had an impact on my daughter.
Right.
And I will always take that as, listen, it doesn't matter if you're on the field. It don't matter if you're driving a bus. It don't matter if you're sitting behind a computer.
It's true.
You have an opportunity to have an impact, and there's no excuse for you not to at least try. So that's exactly what I take from it.
So
I love that. Those are
So
two
good.
great answers. It's about what we leave this earth with,
100%.
right?
Legacy.
How are people really going to remember you in your day-to-day interactions, in your day-to-day spirits, right? What type of aura and vibe do you want to leave people with? That's how I look at it. Well, guys, we enjoyed having you guys on the show today. The Paige brothers here in full effect. Again, they can reach you at where?
www.purposefield.com. My waiting list is full, unfortunately, but hopefully I'll be able to help you any way I can in the future.
But he doesn't mind having any more business. He would love that. Okay, guys. And of course, Stepone Paige Jr. in the house, guys. Again, we enjoyed having you on here. Get Fit in 30. Can't wait to see you again.